Yo, welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Snap. And today, man, we got a weird and a strange show lined up for you guys. But when you come across the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And if this is your first time coming across the platform, coming across the channel, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, hit the like button, share it out, and tell a friend to tell a friend. On this channel, we cover sports, hot topics, roundtable talk, and the marriage chronicles. I see everybody in the comment section. Hashtag salute. And you know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. But you guys, we're going to get right off into this. Man, Jason Whitlock, man, is on a rampage now. I mean, he has to be stopped. We produced a show, last week about Jason Whitlock begging Deion Sanders to unblock him from Twitter X. Also, we did another show on Jason Whitlock finally coming to a Jesus moment and giving Shannon Sharp his flowers and praising him for what he's doing, on his podcast and what he's doing over there at ESPN after he left, Skip Bayless over there at Undisputed. And Jason Whitlock was the same guy that said that he knew the real reason why Shannon Sharp was let go from Undisputed and FS1. And then he went on record to say that he was going to expose Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp if they kept pushing the narrative about, Skip Bayless. Now he goes on record. He comes to the defense of Shannon Sharp now and shits on Skip Bayless along the way. He's glad that Shannon Sharp left Skip Bayless to go to ESPN because now Undisputed and Skip Bayless' show numbers are not doing so well compared to ESPN. So basically he was saying that Shannon Sharp was really carrying that show. But over the recent weeks, Jason Whitlock has been heavy scrutinizing Deion Sanders for everything that Deion Sanders has done ever since he took over the Colorado football program back in December of 2022. Deion has had his ups and downs, started off the season real well, 3-0, press conferences, keeping receipts. Jason Whitlock found fault in the press conference he did after they won at TCU, stating that Deion took the shine away from the kids' win because he made it all about him. Some of the things that Jason Whitlock has been saying has been outlandish. People will come on the channel and say, hey, why are you giving Jason Whitlock this type of energy? Because if we don't give Jason Whitlock this type of energy and state how we feel about what Jason Whitlock is saying, Jason Whitlock is going to continue to do what Jason Whitlock is going to do. Because over these last couple of weeks, a lot of people have voiced their opinions about Jason Whitlock. And I know of Jason Whitlock, if you see this show, I mean, you watch plenty of people in the YouTube community that have these sports media channels, and you have basically responded to them on your little fire starters, especially with Ticket TV, when Ticket TV exposed you. But some of the things that you're saying, you're directing it to the sports media on YouTube. But when we make, certain videos and certain, gestures about Jason Whitlock, a lot of people come in your comments talking about, oh, y'all giving Jason Whitlock too much time. No, it's not that we giving him too much time. Is we calling Jason Whitlock out on his bullshit that he's providing. You know what I'm saying? If y'all guys are going to sit there and listen to Jason Whitlock, why come you can't listen to us? So basically, this latest rant that Jason Whitlock has went on about Deion Sanders is downright disgusting. It's downright disgusting. And it's no place in sports media to say the things that Jason Whitlock has said. Shout out to one of my subscribers that, sent me the clip and asked me what I thought about it. So I said, hey, I'm going to provide y'all the information that I know and what I feel about the situation on what Jason Whitlock did this time to Deion Sanders. So basically, in a nutshell, Jason Whitlock has compared Deion Sanders to one of the notorious cult leaders in the 1960s and the 1970s, Jim Jones. Now, if you know your history and you go back in time and follow this story about Jim Jones, where he led people to believe that you can pack your bags, go in the middle of nowhere, and the world is going to be a safer place and you're going to be free. But what Jim Jones did was he convinced his congregation to drink some kind of flavored juice which has cyanide in it. And what he did is he killed over 900 and some people in his cult. So basically, Jason Whitlock is comparing Deion Sanders to Jim Jones, the notorious cult leader from the 1960s and the 1970s, saying that's who Deion is. Deion is a notorious cult leader. And these latest audio that I came across is downright disturbing. So we're going to take a listen to what Jason Whitlock had to say. And when we listen to it, we'll come back and we'll continue the show.
Deion Sanders has more in common with Jim Jones than Nick Saban. Jim Jones, of course, is one of America's most notorious cult leaders. In the 1960s and 70s, he used a mashup of Christian theology, Marxism, racial idolatry, and social justice to convince a large group of followers to relocate to a jungle in South America. He promised his congregants they would build an oppression-free paradise in Guyana. A little more than a year after their arrival in Guyana, on November 18, 1978, Jim Jones talked his church members into drinking cyanide-laced Flavor Aid. 909 people died. 70% of Jones's followers were black. 45% of them were black women. So I want you to make sure you understand that stat. Jones had like 1,000 members total. I believe the exact number is 461 of them were black women. 461 of 1,000 were black women. Abused Christian theology, Marxism, racial idolatry, and social justice have been combined and used repeatedly to make fools of black Americans. Too often, black people find racialized religious doctrine irresistible. In hopes of building an oppression-free football paradise in Boulder, Colorado, Deion Sanders has employed the same formula as Jim Jones. Coach Prime cast himself as 1-cup evangelical motivator, a tablespoon of racial justice warrior, a gallon of American Idol, and a full-blown useful idiot for Marxists. Throughout the fall, black celebrities and sports fans flocked to one of the most white locales in America to worship at the foot of their football cult leader, buying whatever apparel or bull junk, as Deion says, Coach Prime sold. After a 3-0 start, Deion was Coach Deity, an untouchable hero, a threat to Nick Saban as college football's greatest coach. Any critique of Sanders brought allegations of racism or race betrayal. Coach Deity had turned Colorado's year-long football wine into life-sustaining water. Let me give you an example of Deion's mashup of Christian theology, racial idolatry, all the little tools that Jim Jones used. Let me give you a little mashup, a little taste of how Deion packaged himself and sold himself to Black America.
So you heard what Jason Whitlock had to say. And in his soliloquy, he made reference to allegations if people criticized Deion, it was racially motivated. I've never seen them allegations. And then one sentence he made emphasis on Jim Jones' congregation. Out of 1,000 people, 450 of them were black women. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Then you go on record to say that this is racially driven. You're questioning Deion Sanders' Christian beliefs. And as we all know, Deion has made it abundantly clear that every post-game press conference, he gives thanks to the Lord above. His social media sites, well, you can't see him because you're blocked. But he always gives a morning message thanking God for the things that he has, the things that he's going through, the things that he don't have. So for you to question, like I said, his Christian beliefs and to give a statement, what you just stated in your segment, in your audio, comparing him to a cult leader that killed over 900 and some people out of 1,000 that you had in your congregation is downright despicable. It's egregious. And I know a lot of people will say in the comments, well, he has his opinion. Well, I have my opinion too. And I've always stated I give my fair and honest opinion. In this sense, Jason Whitlock was totally wrong for even stating that. But if we continue to let Jason Whitlock just do what he wants to do on his own free time and we don't challenge it, but y'all guys will sit there and listen to Whitlock, but you're going to listen to us too, because we have a voice too. We have a platform and we can express how we feel about certain things just as well as Jason Whitlock can express how he feels. But in this situation, Whitlock was totally wrong. He was egregious, downright despicable. And that says a lot about Jason Whitlock's character. I thought in these recent days, Jason Whitlock had piped down a little bit and came to a moment where he had to take a step back, because I know Jason Whitlock has watched a lot of these YouTubers and these YouTube media outlets give him the blues. And he has finally piped down. But now he's back at it. You guys let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Keep liking the video, keep sharing it out, keep telling a friend to tell a friend, keep supporting the channel, and make sure you smash the like button. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.